When we start shutting down emotion, and particularly grief, and other emotions too, we have the expectation we can continue doing it. And that expectation then drives us manufacturing a whole list of addictions. And those addictions will be any addiction that works in the circumstance. So the addiction might be food, it might be drink, it might be activity, it might be sport, it might even be things that look like they're good, like, doing yoga every day. Yeah?
Living in my mind.
Sorry?
That my mind will figure out everything, and I won't have to feel, because I shouldn't have to feel discomfort, I shouldn't have to feel grief. In the West, most of us, even like feeling cold for half an hour, we're like, whoa, something is very wrong. I need to get shelter immediately. Like a lot of us, just physical discomfort, we have the expectation that we shouldn't have to feel. But there's, we shouldn't have to feel afraid. We shouldn't have to feel exposed. We shouldn't have to feel grief. There's a lot of expectations that most of us grow up with, and they're unique to our family. Usually, there's a certain flavour to them. But giving up those expectations is a huge issue in your relationship with God, because without knowing it, we place those expectations on God, and we expect God to meet those expectations in our relationship.
Yeah, and even your partner.
Your partner, gosh, yeah, the whole world.
The whole world, really. We
Friends,
place this expectation
children.
upon our friends. And so our best friends are usually those who meet our expectations the best.
Yeah.
So they're not really people we like very much, but they just meet our expectations the most to avoid our feelings the most. That's the unfortunate thing about most of our choices and decisions. They end up being this sort of weird... We end up in this weird illusory state of thinking we've got friends when really they're just people who support us in our comforts.
Yeah.
And they're not real friends. They're not the same passions and desires or anything like that. They just support us in our addictions. They don't mind our addictions, and they don't mind meeting them, because they might have a codependent addiction that we meet in them. Mm-hmm. So it all works. It all works. If you want it, many people who listen to Divine Truth, we find, who come to listen, many of them are driven by conspiracy theories, right? I'm not into conspiracy theories, but there is a conspiracy. Nobody wants to feel that. That's the world conspiracy. Yeah. Nobody wants to feel,
grief.
In particular grief, but any negative emotion at all. Nobody wants to feel them. And that is the biggest conspiracy we have on this planet, actually, and almost all of us are in agreement with it. Right? And from God's perspective, we're living this illusion. The illusion that we're actually living a life while at the same time not having emotion. Mm-hmm. Right?